After a month, it finally arrived. Let's unpack it. I got in touch with a young company in Ukraine, and they produce some of the finest CBN wheels on the market, and this is what I got from them as a promotion or as a test, and I opened up one. I could not wait to see it, so I'll show you this one later. So these come in a wooden box or a little wooden crate as this. The company is called UKSG Tools in Ukraine, and just get these opened up real quick. Okay, I think that's all of them. Few nails as well. These are really well protected. So let me pry these off and we'll see inside. So like I said, this one I already opened up before, and let me show you. It's a thing of beauty. Now this is slightly different CBN wheel than your standard what you can buy these days. This one is on a steel base, let's call it. So everything is from steel with nickel coating on, so it doesn't rust. And the CBN particles are in double layer. Oh, that's nice. In a double layer. And these are really nice and expensive grits or particles of CBN, so really nice and heavy. And this is actually the lightweight wheel. There is also heavyweight if you have a 1 horsepower grinder, which is something that I wanted to get, but I just could not find any fast running 1 horsepower grinder in a reasonable amount of price to get it here in Croatia at least. So I got the lightweight wheels, and these should be fine on my new grinder, and also have, hopefully, if everything goes okay, one more grinder on the way to replace my record power. So this is 80 grit. They also have from 60 to 320 or 360, I believe. And as I was told, the 80 grit, let's say for this example, will perform as 80 grit CBN wheel, but will produce the finish on the tool like one step above, like 120. And for example, 180 will be, the surface finish will be around 220. So they cut fast, and I'm going to test that out. So I just double checked all the wheels here, everything looks perfect, and I'll go through installation process, and yeah, I'll tune you in once these are on the grinder, so we'll see how they perform, especially this one, 80 grit. I'm quite curious. So now you could probably tell already that I have been testing these out, and all I could say is wow, just wow. These are not my first CBN wheels. I have quite a few over the years, but wow, these are just on the next level. Now I know that whenever you buy a new CBN wheel, they perform and feel more aggressive than they will in a few weeks time, let's say, of use. And that pretty much happens always with CBN wheel. The first grit sort of loosens and get away or fall off, let's call it, and the wheels get a little bit smoother. However, I don't think that this will happen with this one, because it's double layer, and like I said, this is 80 grit, 120 and 220 grit. And you know what, this 220 grit just takes off the metal so fast and efficient. And it's needless to say that this one, as I'll show you in a few seconds, on a rough or a factory refiner, this takes off metal like it's nothing. And I have here, this is what I used, the white 80 grit wheel, and this stuff, the 80 grit CBN wheel here, is much more aggressive and much more efficient, and just takes off the metal like it's wood. So I'll show you that in a few seconds as well. So these are actually quite heavier than these aluminum CBN wheels. These are great, don't get me wrong. I'll probably left myself a finer one just in case, but my gosh, these are just wow. So I have here one of the refiners in a rough stage, and what I've done on a white wheel is put or remove, let's say, mill from this corner and then mill from this corner, and make a nice curvature. And let's see how this one performs. And also I'll put a notch here. So now this is quite heavy wheel versus this one here, but this is what this grinder is designed from the factory. So the left wheel is narrower than the right wheel, and this one also is quite heavier, so it does take a while to spool up. So yeah, let's see how this one performs. And I hope again to replace this one because the switch doesn't work anymore, and I hope to replace it and have it as a backup grinder. But the new grinder, then I'll install the platforms as well. It's a little safety precaution, just because in this case, on this particular side of this grinder, my fingers are a little bit too close here, so you can strip the skin quite easily. On this grinder it's okay, it's quite far away, but here it's a little bit too narrow even for my liking. So find the bevel, and you'll see the sparks here. I can't admire how this performs. Like I said, it eats the steel like it's nothing. So this is what I'm after. So slight curve, and again, nice clean bevel in this case. White wheel, when I dress it up, so in the best possible condition. And by the way, this is now 6 inch, it was 8 inches. So even in the best conditions, I could not get it to from a rough state to this curvature with a notch this fast. So this was, I don't know, I'll see on the footage, maybe 20 seconds or so. So now I could bring this to a finer wheel and finally to the 120 to get a grinder, but let's say. But this is, yeah, this is extremely sharp. Let's test it out while I'm here. I have here a little piece of maple. Now this is a little too big of a burr for my liking. Yeah, that's just too aggressive and too rolled over. So I'll remove it and then I'll put the fresh burr on the same wheel. Now, nice fresh burr. And it performs as you would expect. Bring a little bit more speed. Nice. Yeah, that's really nice and clean surface. Now this was quite a surprise, I would say. I was not expecting them to perform this well. I've heard that these are probably the best CBN wheels on the market, but I just didn't believe that they could be this good. And again, I know a lot of the CBN wheels will get a little bit, like I said, flattened surface, for lack of better word, so they will lose some of the grits and become a little bit more finer. So if these three wheels, if they become a little bit finer, they are still much efficient than my previous wheels. And yeah, especially that 80 grit, whew, that thing just eats metal like it's butter. So really, I'm really surprised. And now hopefully the new grinder, if everything goes well, I hope, is with a fast and slow speed setting. So I think that will be a good combination. Again, as you saw here on the record power grinder, it's a fast running grinder, so around 2800 RPM. In combination with that 80 grit monster CBN wheel, it just blew my mind. So I have no doubt that with the new grinder and maybe another wheel, CBN wheel on the left, yeah, I think it will be a great addition. So again, if you have any questions about these wheels, I highly suggest that you ask the company itself. I'll put the link to their website in the video description, so ask them directly about everything. It's much better than me saying maybe something wrong. And yeah, I think although these are maybe a little bit more pricier, I think these are quite well worth the price. So thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one.